Hey, some friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Symptomistic, like optimistic, but make it Sims. And this is episode 1 of a brand new Let's Play, a new challenge, new LP, new everything. And I appreciate all the love on my cast video, which I will link in the description if you are like, what is this? I never even heard of Barbie challenge. I never heard of you, Symptomistic. I'll link everything in the description. But this gorgeous sim is Barbie doll, last name spelled D-A-H-L, so like doll. And we are doing the Barbie Legacy Challenge. Now, a lot of you weren't familiar with the Barbie Legacy Challenge, which made me really excited to share something that you might not have seen before. And so the Barbie Legacy Challenge is essentially 10 generations. I'm just giving you a tour of the house while I'm talking, but we're gonna keep the camera rolling. But the Barbie Legacy Challenge is 10 generations of Barbie. All the heirs are female Sims, and it's just different things throughout. So this is Legacy Generation 1, and I'm going to give you some background on how I built this. So you are allowed to do free real estate on, and so that's what I did. And I wanted to give like a little fake storyline, even though this is generation 1. I didn't want her to start out like without any background. I love building the story for my Sims. We are going to say that Barbie, generation 1, was raised in a 2-parent home, and both her mom and dad worked very hard. She was an only child, and they worked very hard to provide her with a nice lifestyle. And essentially, when she became an adult, they moved on. They went and retired somewhere. That is not in the save file, so we will never see them because I'm not creating them, and that would be weird for this beginning of the challenge. And yeah, so that's kind of Barbie's story, and that's how she got this house. So this house is the house that she grew up in. It is in New Crest, and in my save files, I consider New Crest to be like halfway between Willow Creek and halfway between San Myshuno. So she kind of always felt like you were either like on the hustle culture of San Myshuno, or you were on the like more suburban culture of Willow Creek. Like people seemed kind of like caught in the middle of that. And a lot of the Sims she saw in Willow Creek were like stay-at-home moms, and she always like idolized that. She kind of didn't like the grind culture, and with the invention of femininity channels on the internet and all kinds of things that focus on soft life, she thought this would be the life for her. And so when she turned 18 or turned to a young adult, she was like, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm putting my focus on. So Barbie has no job. She has a little money that her parents left her, but she's confident that she is going to find her Ken pretty quickly now that she's graduated high school. So I know you're like, what is going on here? It is a little bit later in the day, and Barbie has decided to go out to this store for like knickknacks and things like that. And it's because she does want to fix up the home a little bit and make it her own home and not just like the home that her family was in. So that is why we came out to this store. It's a terrible storm, but she was determined to get started. Let's assume she's been in that home a little bit on her own, and she's tired of like sleeping in her parents' bed. She just wants to like order some furniture, so she came here where she can buy knickknacks, but she can also order furniture and they'll deliver relatively quickly. And she always looks nice because she's hoping to meet a handsome Sim, because she's very goal oriented for like a Sim with no job, no no type of career aspiration. She has other goals and she's very focused on those goals. And so even though she wants to like make the home a little bit nicer for her, she is still looking for the right sim. So back to what I was saying about the challenge. So the challenge is, this is the housewife generation, and as part of that challenge, she has to have 3 kids. I'm assuming she has to get married. She has to have 3 sim kids. They all have to get A's, which that's gonna be a bit of a struggle. They all have to get A's. She also has to have a pet, and I believe she has to master the cooking skill. And let me just double check if there was anything else that she has to do. I think that is it. So, yeah, that is the challenge. I will go through each generation as we start new. Just let me know in the comments if I forget. I'm happy to talk more about the challenge rules. And yeah, you are not really allowed to use any like money cheats. And I know that's like a big thing. Oh, and she has to maximize the parenting skill, and she has a successful lineage trait, and you can see all of her other traits in the cast video, but that was a requirement. And be family oriented. Yep, I think that's it. Sorry, forgot. Successful lineage aspiration, not trait. So let's get back to this sim. So we see that she is over here talking to Justin Delgado. She, was looking around. She does, since she's interested in having pets, she did kind of wander into the pet store. And she did not think he was particularly attractive. She thought, she thought he was okay looking. And, but you never know what's going to be the right match for you. She's trying to be open minded. And at this point, she's just trying to get to know as many eligible male Sims as possible. Now, I know that Justin Delgado is married. She does not know that, but he seems to be being nice and he seems to really like her. And so I think, they're going to exchange information and kind of get to know each other a little more. I also want to tell you that the save file I'm playing in is, I believe, Plum Bob Kingdom, which is a save file I really want to play in for such a long time. And I'm excited to play in the save file a lot. I didn't really have to so far I haven't had to try new builds or anything. It's just, new save file, new year, new let's play, right? I mentioned this in the cast video, but I put some eligible bachelors in here, so it just won't be these random townies. There are random townies in here, but it won't just be them. So if Justin Delgado ends up being like a serious dating prospect, even though he's married, I don't know how that can happen, but if he ends up being that, I will upgrade him and give him a makeover. But I'm really hoping that she runs into, oh, that's a nice looking sim. I didn't put him in there. Wasn't talking about this sim, actually. This sim I did create, and he is not a nice sim. I have a cast for him and his fiance, so also not a single sim at all. But again, Barbie doesn't know that. Barbie's just like, oh, that's a handsome sim. I'll talk to him. But I was actually talking about the other blonde sim. I didn't make him, but he looks pretty handsome too. And yeah, so there are some eligible bachelors. I hope she meets them, but we are on a time limit. Oh, I didn't tell you this, but if you didn't see the other video, I am playing on long lifespan, and I usually have aging off. So I feel like this is going to be a challenge for me, even though it's long lifespan, but I am not used to being forced to age my Sims up. I just kind of do it when I want to. I've tried to institute new rules, but it's been a struggle. So I'm just going to turn aging on for this challenge to make it even more of a challenge. It got a little bit too crowded in the furniture store, and Barbie already got what she needed to get, and she ordered her furniture. So that should be coming pretty soon. She didn't find any knickknacks, but she's getting to know this barista because Barbie also needs some friends. Barbie doesn't really have any friends. I mean, I know, listen, this is why I struggle with time lifespans and stuff in The Sims, because I want my Sims to do everything. I want them to be well-rounded, have friends, but yeah, I want her to have friends, but we do need to focus on our goal. But every once in a while, I'm sure there'll be a dull moment for her to connect with this barista. So they exchange information. But yeah, it's time to head out. This rain is getting worse, and Barbie has to drive home. So let's get out of here. After all of that, Barbie's furniture and wallpaper have arrived, and so she only made over her parents' room since that's where she will be sleeping. She left her childhood room the same and the spare bedroom the same. And this is where I decided to play a little more into the Barbie pink. So you'll see I'll jump in and out of that because sometimes it might be too much pink, but I do want her to have some fun with the pink, and we'll see as the generations go on. But yeah, I also got her a computer. So she ordered that as well. And so yeah, she went from having like 20,000 simoleons to like less than half of that. So hopefully that's, I don't even know how much this, her bills are going to be, her mortgage and her taxes and all of that. So hoping Barbie the best because she doesn't have a job. And I don't want her to have to take out loans, but I feel like Barbie's the type of sim that'll do that even before she gets a job. So we are gonna see. But I think I'm gonna have Barbie chill out. It's been a long day. She's been, driving a little bit, going to the furniture store. So yeah, I'm just gonna have her chill out and maybe cook something and take it easy for the rest of the evening. So Barbie has on her pajamas and she is comfortable. She's in her bonnet. She is in for the night, but she's working on her cooking skill because so let's step into the mind of the sim. So in Barbie's eyes, that's just like a feminine hobby. It's something that will help her, be a good housewife. And so it's something she wants to start working on now. But just so you know, the challenge requires her to max that out. So I will be reminding you throughout, the importance of cooking in this generation. And Barbie actually really cares about eating healthy. She does like treat herself. She drinks like sweet, like coffee, and she has sweets and things like that. So she does like treat herself, but she does try to like keep a balanced diet. So I think she's making like veggies and hummus for now, something fairly simple until her skill goes up. And I think she's just gonna have a snack. Yeah, veggies with hummus. And yeah, she's just gonna have a snack. That's pretty much a snack. I guess that might be a meal for her. But yeah, she's gonna have that tonight. Now that she's done eating, I wanna remember to lock these doors because Barbie is here by herself. And so I wanna make sure we keep Barbie safe, that there are no vampires, or no peeping Toms coming in, and make sure she's able to get a good night's sleep because she is getting used to being in this big house by herself, and she's just gonna make sure all the alarms and everything is set for her. So Barbie actually tried to settle down, but she couldn't sleep. And I think she felt more nervous being in the home alone than being out on the Newcrest streets at night because Newcrest is pretty safe, and she was used to being out on the street with her friends like as a teen and like no worries. Speaking of her friends, so why does Barbie have no friends? Because most of her friends have moved on to college or gone to the army or just moved in order to have like a different life. That's just kind of what the kids in Newcrest do, and she hasn't done that. So she essentially has to make new friends in this situation. So I always try to explain why my Sims are in their situations, no matter what the challenge rules are. And see, Newcrest is pretty lit up, so yes, it's looking very safe. And hopefully Barbie can tire herself out so she can get a good first night's sleep. It is the next morning and she is making a green smoothie bowl. She was able to get a good night's sleep, and so that was good. And so she made a green smoothie bowl for breakfast. I kind of feel like I should have turned Simple Living on to be more realistic, but I'm not gonna stress myself out with that. Maybe next generation. I feel like this is gonna be enough of a challenge for me. Let me not make these challenges even more difficult. And Barbie is really into working out, and so she's gonna work out in the morning as well. She feels like these things are important. So if she has time to run or work out twice a day, that's what she's gonna do. She knows when she has kids, she probably will not have that kind of time. And so for now, she's spending her time working out and, you know, eating smoothie bowls and learning to cook. But I wanted to fast forward past that and no need to see her running again. But I wanted to show you this lot. Now, this lot is not the lot that was in the safe house. So I actually ran into some trouble. I thought my game was broke. It wasn't. It was just a lot. Like the lot just kept crashing my game or like giving me permanent loading screens. I never had that happen before. I hope that is all the issues. Oh no. We're here with the vampires. I had to get rid of that. But look how cute Barbie looks. Ignore the vampire. The vampire is us, but like look how cute she looks. But yeah, anyway, so I had to add this lot, and this lot is called like the Willow Creek Cafe and Library, and it fit in well with the style of Newcrest that was in the save file. It's a little darker than the builds. Yeah, it's a little darker than the other builds, but it's fine. I wanted her to go out to a cafe because I thought this would be another opportunity for her to meet people. And you'll see, I feel like I always have this issue. Let me know in the comments if y'all have the same issue in your game, but like my Sims will order drinks and they will never come, and it's really annoying. And sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't, but if y'all know a fix, please tell me in the comments. So while we are waiting on the coffee that is never going to come, we see this handsome Sim, and look, I know he got blush on and like all these sunglasses, but remember, if anything happens, I will make over these Sims. So we see Koji, and he's pretty cute underneath all that. So they kind of lock eyes. They have like a cute moment, and she learns pretty quickly that he's ambitious and he likes to work out like her. Oh, this is Eric Lewis, and I think he's also married. I think Barbie's gonna say hi because she doesn't know that, but yeah, so many married Sims, like, guys, like, what are my single Sims supposed to go? And I almost had her steal um Eric Lewis's cannoli, but yeah, that did not work out. He was like, get out of here. Like, that's not yours. So yeah, I don't think there'll be like a love connection there either. And yeah, so I'll have her get to know Koji. I'll have a couple more failed attempts at ordering coffee, and we'll see what's next. So things were going well with Koji until Barbie found out that he was a waiter, and she kind of made a snide remark about like how are you supposed to provide for a family being a waiter, and he was like, sis, you're unemployed. Like, it was awkward. I don't think there's gonna be a love connection. I think they think the other person's attractive, but I don't think there's gonna be a love connection. So I'm looking around to see if she sees any other eligible Sims in here where she can go. I think she feels like, oh, what a wasted trip to the cafe because, she thought things were going well with Koji. And I don't think she meant it in a snide way. I think she was trying to push and see if he had other plans, and he didn't. He's fine with being a waiter, and that's where he is in his life right now, and that's what he wants to do. Like, he enjoys being a waiter, and that's that. But look who walks in, a Sim that I created. So, oh, and she's already feeling flirty. Look at that. So sorry, Kochi. We're moving on because, yeah, we're moving on. That they were not a match. I hope Koji finds him a nice Sim who is a little less about the coin here. And so yeah, this is, I think the Sim's name is Cameron Tyler. Yeah, Cameron Tyler. He is a substitute teacher. He is kind of, I wouldn't say he's a loner. Like, he can be social. He's a little gloomy. Like, he's very like, what is it? Brooding. He's very like, I don't know, cerebral in his head. And, he likes the outdoors. He kind of lives in, what's that town, what is that place that came with high school years? He lives in like a woodsy area. That's kind of his lifestyle. But, he's all the way here in New Crest. And Barbie thinks he's cute, and I don't have to give him a makeover. So we're going to see what happens. But Barbie's actually getting a little anxious from like I don't know if it's partially because of Koji, but also because of like it's getting crowded. I don't know, her social anxiety is like flaring up a little bit. And so I think I'm gonna try to have them step outside. Like I think she's gonna tell Cameron, like, hey, it's a little loud in here. This isn't the most quiet cafe. Like, can we just step out and like sit on one of the benches and talk a little more? And Cameron's gonna be like, sure, why not? Because he likes the outdoors anyway. He doesn't need to be in the stuffy air. And so, yeah, let's walk. Isn't this such it's a beautiful day out. Beautiful summer day in Newcrest. I think I really like starting my games in the summer or the spring, even though I like love winter in The Sims. But it just feels like a great way to start. Like it feels like the beginning. And yeah, she's kind of like, oh, if it was tense in there, I just needed to get out. Oh, and sorry, my game is jumping all over the place. But this lady in the pink skirt, she was naked, and I don't have all my sensor blurs, and I that's gonna happen a few times because that is what happens when you download a new save file. Anyway, I think this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. So I need to know in the comments whether you think Cameron and Barbie are gonna bond while they're outside, whether you think it's gonna work out, whether Koji's gonna hit her up, or we're just gonna go back to the drawing board. But we are fully in the swing of meeting some matches and figuring out who we are dating. Let me know what you think about the first episode. I do have some stuff already from the next episode recorded, so I'm excited. But again, we're very early in this challenge. And so if you played and you have tips or you start playing, please let me know. I want to hear about your Sims. If you have things you want to see, let me know. Any questions where I got anything, let me know. Subscribe, like, share. I'm optimistic, but make it Sims. Thank you all for watching. Bye, some friends.